Okay guys, welcome back to the course. Now if you remember, in the last section we were validating the form on the student's dashboard. So but on a second thought, I just decided that from now on we start working on the admin section of the application. And the reason is because now most of the validations we are going to be checking here, like some of the validations will involve us checking if a user actually entered the right pin, if the pin has expired, and all of that. And if you remember, the pin generation and everything has to come from the admin. Okay, so at this juncture the best thing to do is to actually pause the development of the student dashboard and jump into the admin section. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go to my browser right now, and let's open up the URL. So I'm having a localhost slash this is the result checking not checker. So result checking. Okay, so let's see what we have there. Alright, so now we're going to go to, let's open our editor again, and this time around we are working on the admin. So I'm going to right click on the admin folder, and I'll be creating a file. I'll be creating a file called index.php, and that will be the login page for the admin. So I'm going to come to new, then I'm going to click PHP file. Okay, then I will give it index, and that should be fine. Index. Alright, so at this level, what I'm going to do here is I think I can just come to the index.php page of the student section and copy the HTML form. Yeah, I should copy everything from here. So we do some editing to it. Important editing. So scroll down all the way down. Okay, let's copy this. Then let's come to the admin, and of course let's paste this over. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Back to our browser. This time around we're going to navigate to admin/admin. Okay, now we have something similar here. Okay, we're going to clear out all of these PHP files that don't exist at the moment, so as to remove this error that is popping up here. So I'm going to scroll down. Let's find those PHP files and get rid of them. Get rid of this, and scroll down again. Also get rid of this one. Okay, and also we get rid of the value. But for now we can just leave the value empty, but no need. Let's just get rid of this. Get rid of this, and get rid of this one too completely. Okay, and scroll down again. This one should also go, we don't need it, and this one also should go, we don't need it. Alright, so is there anything again to get rid of? I think we're done. So come back and refresh our page. Good, so this is what we have. Okay, so what we can do here right now is we can just retain this. Okay, we'll just come here and make some changes. We can retain this form for the admin, although the original application I decided to use just a bootstrap, normal bootstrap form, but this is fine too. So I'm gonna come here And let's see. Okay, welcome to writing this here. Let's say welcome admin. This is fine. Let's enter. Please enter username and password to log in. That should be fine. So we have username and this is password, not reg number this time around. We are going to require password from admin. So here is password. Enter password, and we don't need the checkbox this time around. We don't want the checkbox, so we're gonna get rid of the checkbox. Everything checkbox should go. We don't want it. So this is now going to be submit and continue. So we're going to also get rid of this and change it to login instead of submit and continue. We call this login. So name here should be equals to login. Okay. So let's refresh and see what we have. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is very okay. So we can get rid of this and get rid of this. So we have our login admin login form ready. So the next thing we're going to do here is to code the login functionality. Okay, I'm going to code the login functionality. Alright, so in order to do that, first of all, we're going to go back to our editor and scroll to the top of the page. Okay, so here I'm going to open PHP tag. Open PHP tag, and of course let's open the section underscore start. Let's open it, the function section start. Just want to log the section. So also we're going to require necessary files here from the include folder. So require once. Now remember, the file you're requiring first of all is the config file, config.php, and the functions.php file. Okay, so if you remember, these files are inside the parent folder. Okay, they're inside the parent folder. If I can open the folder to show you. So let's result checking. So as you can see, these files are there. The functions.php file and config.php are inside this result checking folder. So in order to access these files from our editor here, we're going to use dots. Let's see that goes, and of course that should be config. Sorry, config.php, and this should be in a quotation. Okay, I must forget that. And of course here it should be fine. Require once again okay, we'll do the same thing there. Require once, two dots. So by the way, the reason why I'm using two dots there is the first dot tells the browser to get out of the admin folder that we are in currently, then go into the next dot is to go into the parent folder and look for the file that we want to include. So the next file will be functions.php. okay, and that should be fine. Okay, Now you're going to open an if statement here. So we're going to say if is set, if the form is clicked. So remember, you are using posts. So if you set posts, the name is login. Remember, we gave the submit form login, submit button login. So if you set login, then we're going to create a variable called username, and we're going to set it to my SQLi underscore really escape string. Remember, this will take the connection first of all as a variable. Then we're going to add the HTML special charge function again to protect against SSS attack. Now this we're going to take $_posts, okay, and of course the name of the field is username, then comma here. I'm going to add end quotes, that's a flag. Then the next thing is the encoding, and that will be UTF, of course, -8. Okay, now to avoid typing this out again, I'm going to copy this. I'm just going to copy this and paste it on the next line for password. So I'm going to change this to password, and of course here we are getting the password. Alright, so let's quickly just check if this is working. So I'm just going to echo password, concatenate it with username, okay, to make sure that the form is being submitted. So let's go up here and refresh our page again, and remember we are submitting the form back to the index of PHP. Okay, we are submitting our form back to the index page. This is it. Action is index.php and the method is posts, and remember we gave this the name of login. Okay, so let's quickly go back to the browser again, and I'm going to enter my username. Let's just call this Kelsey for now. Password 12345. Then I click on login. Good, you are getting the password and the username here, okay, which means yeah, it's working. So I'm going to go back to the editor and let's continue with the rest of what we need to do. So I'm going to do some validations here still. So open another if statement here. So this time around I'm going to check if the password is empty. So I'm going to use the function if empty, and I'm checking for username first of all. So if username is empty, reduce this a bit. Okay, so if username is empty here, I'm still going to get my variable message 1, and I'm going to set this to, I'm going to create a div here. Let's create a div, open and closing. Okay, now we're going to tell the user the password or username is required. Alright, and we're going to set this to add a bootstrap class here, class alert, and the alert -danger. Okay, and also I'm going to add some styling, some inline CSS style as well. So the first rule I'm going to add is width, setting a width of 351 pixels. And the next I'm going to set a height of around 20 pixels. The next one will be padding. I'm going to use a padding top of 0. Padding top should be 0. And also I'm going to have a margin top of 2 pixels. Of 2 pixels. Alright, should be fine. So this one is ready and good to go. Okay, I'm going to cut this from here, bring this to the next. Okay, good. Now the next thing we're going to check for is the password. So I'm just going to add an else if statement here. So else if empty, the next is password. So the password is empty. I'm just going to copy this whole block of code here and paste it in this section. But this time around, I'm going to change the variable from message 1 to message 2. We're going to create this variable in a jiffy. Then here, I'm going to say password. Say password can't be empty. So this is okay. Password can be empty. Okay. So just going to come here to and underneath this place, let's create these variables very quickly. So message 1 will be empty. I have to put it there because if you don't do this, by the time the form is clicked on, this variable will no longer be available. So let it be available once the page loads. That's why we are creating it at the top here. So message 2 equals empty, and of course I'm going to also add the username here to be empty because I'll be using this as an I will echo this as an input value for the form later on. So password to empty, then we can close this out. Okay, now we want to quickly drill into our HTML form and echo these messages here. So underneath the span, I think I'm going to echo the first error message. Okay, so let's put it here. I think you can just try it here and see. Let's try it here. Let's try it and see. First of all, if it doesn't make sense, we change the location. So I'm going to say PHP echo. Remember, the message 1 is checking for username, and copy this quickly, and come down here, paste this, and this time around we change this to message 2. Change that to message 2. So let's refresh our form and see if the validation is working. So remember, we are checking for empty. If the form field is empty or the input field is empty, then we want to raise an exception. So let's try logging in now. So as you can see, username is required. Okay, good. But what if I enter username, maybe Kelsey, and I don't enter my password and click on login? It tells me password cannot be empty. Password cannot be empty. I think we have to increase the height of this thing here. I think it's 30 pixels. 30 pixels should be fine. So I'll refresh the page again. The empty. Try to submit. Okay. Alright, okay, I think this is better. So now at this level we are going to stop the video at this level, then we're going to continue with the validation in the next video. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching, and please do watch the next video